Hey creative, what's up? It's your girl Jamila and welcome back to my laboratory. Did you know you could sew a Christmas stocking with your embroidery machine? Yeah, I just recently discovered it myself. So today I'm going to show you how to make a Christmas stocking in the hoop of your embroidery machine. I have everything I use listed in the description box below. And if you like this video, you learned something new, please give your girl a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and make sure that bell notification's on so you don't miss any of my upcoming Christmas craftorials.
Hey creative, so for this project we'll be using a pattern from this shop I got on Etsy, and of course I'll have that linked for you guys in the description box. So the pattern has 3 different size stockings and I chose to do the largest stocking, but they all pretty much are the same thing. So you'll need 4 pieces of fabric and 2 pieces of batting. Now there's one piece of fabric called fabric C on the pattern, which is basically just the full double the length of your stocking, and you're going to fold it over with the piece of batting in the middle, and you need to make sure that that batting comes right up to this edge right here on your fabric. And that's really the only special thing that you need to do to any of these pieces of fabric, okay? So to get started, we're just going to go ahead and hoop our stabilizer, and I'm using 2 pieces of cutaway stabilizer for this just because one didn't fully cover the width of my hoop. And I believe the creator of this pattern lives in the United Kingdom, so in the pattern she says wadding, which when I googled it is batting or fleece. So if you get this pattern and you're a little confused by that, there you go, okay? But other than that, the pattern is like really easy to follow. The steps are super clear, and this was actually my first time ever doing something like this, so it was really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and frame out my design just to bring the hoop a little bit closer to me, and I'm going to use some craft bond adhesive spray just to help keep my batting in place. And I'm protecting my needles in any part of my machine I don't want the adhesive spray on with just an extra piece of cardboard from one of my mini Amazon delivery boxes. So I'm just going to go ahead and lay my batting down nice and flat. Put the frame back in and hit start. Now this is going to be like a tack down stitch, but also a placement stitch because it's going to let us know where we need to place our next piece of fabric. And before anybody gets on me, I'm intentionally using red thread so you guys can really see what it is that I'm doing. So once that's all stitched out, I'm going to go ahead and spray some adhesive spray again, really because I'm using a crushed velvet fabric and it just moves so much. So you see that red line right there across the stocking? You want to place your fabric slightly above that line, okay? Not too far up, but not too far down either. Just slightly let it overlap slightly. So I'm going to go ahead and smooth my fabric out, and just going to go ahead and do a tack down stitch. Now you guys, Ricoma is running a Black November sale from now until November 20th, where they're offering financing as low as $135 a month, free shipping. And if you want to upgrade your Ricoma software from the one that is included with your machine, that is 50% off as well. You can connect with a Ricoma rep by using the affiliate link in my description box, okay? So now with this stitch, we're going to go ahead and do the border of our stocking, and you want to place this fabric right above that red line that I mentioned earlier, okay? So just go ahead and place it like right above there and run your stitch. And if you're enjoying this video so far, please give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, and make sure you're subscribed for more craft tutorials. So once we have that stitch done, we're just going to go ahead and flip that fabric over. And I actually used too much fabric for this, so I'm just going to go ahead and trim off the excess. And then we're just going to go ahead and do the tack down stitch for this part. So this design is maybe about 4,300 stitches, and if you run your machine at the full 1,000 stitch a minute, you can finish this design in about 5 minutes. But I ran mine at 500, my speed at 500 stitches a minute. So I mean, I guess it took about 10 minutes, which I mean is still so much faster than sewing. And I did sew one of these by hand. And yeah, I definitely prefer this way, especially if this is something that you want to sell or, produce quickly. Definitely doing it in the hoop on your embroidery machine is the way to go. So I'm super happy that I discovered this project. So now I'm just adding my ribbon part. I just held it down a little bit with some masking tape to help keep it in place. And we're just going to stitch it. And when you add your ribbon, you want to make sure that some of the tail of your ribbon is sticking out, okay? You want it to stick out a good amount. So we're actually like halfway done with the project and everything is looking really, really good. Like, look how cute that is. That's adorable. So of course, we're going to go ahead and run our other placement stitch, and this is just going to let us know where we need to place that fabric C I was telling you about that needed to be folded in half with the batting and the crease. And for fabric C, when you do your placement stitches, there's two like little just red lines right there. That's where you need to put the fabric. You need it like basically right up there to those lines. And you want to make sure that it's like right underneath and not above, because if it's above, you can run the risk of actually having your stocking stitched closed, okay? So below, not above. And then, of course, I'm just kind of holding my fabric in place. And you guys watch your watch your hands, because I actually cut my finger while doing this. But like I said, because my fabric is like smooth, it shifts a lot. So yeah. So once we do that, we're just going to go ahead and throw your lining fabric on, and your lining fabric needs to cover the whole entire stocking. And I forgot to say, when you do fabric C, make sure the ribbon is under fabric C, okay? And again, guys, watch your fingers. I didn't want to put any adhesive spray right here. I guess I could have, because it's going to be the inside of the stocking, but I just wasn't thinking. I don't know. I guess I just like smashing my fingers. But don't forget about Ricoma's Black November sale, you guys. This is a great opportunity to invest in yourself and your business and go ahead and get you a Ricoma embroidery machine. So once the lining is done, we're just going to go ahead and unhoop everything, remove the tearaway stabilizer, and then you're just going to cut off the extra fabric. In the directions, it says to use pinking shears, which I actually just happen to have because I'm just a craft hoarder and I just have all kinds of stuff. But if you don't have pinking shears, I'm sure regular scissors work just fine. Okay, so we're just going to tear everything off. And because I used the adhesive spray, this was attached really well, so I just had to really get in there. But I'm sure it'll be easier for you if you don't use the adhesive spray. So you want to cut pretty close to your stitches, but still leave, I guess like an inch or so. Like a half inch of fabric or so. Like, you don't want to get too close where you accidentally cut it. And then on the curved parts, you just want to cut some slits in there anyway. And this is supposed to help everything lay flat when you actually turn it inside out. That's just what the directions say, you guys. I've literally just basically read you the directions for this whole project. But as you can see, it was super easy to do. So there's a gap in the side, and you're going to turn your stocking inside out by that gap. And this is just the lining part. So this is basically the inside of your stocking. So once you get everything turned and you make sure your corners are nice and sharp, everything is poked out how it needs to be, that little gap in the side, you're just going to go ahead and stitch it up. In the pattern, she shows you a way to like hand stitch it or whatever. But I just took it over to my sewing machine and closed it up. So it was super simple. It took about maybe 2 minutes to do. So either you can hand stitch it, or if you have a sewing machine, go ahead, take it to your machine and stitch it up as long as it gets closed, okay? And once you have it all closed up, you're going to go ahead and stick your hand in the middle of the stocking. Remember where I said don't put the that fabric C too high up because you might close it. That's why, because you need to put your hand in the middle to turn everything inside out. And this is our stocking. Tell me that's not super dope. So at first I was wondering why we needed batting for this project, but it makes it like a little like plush. It makes the stocking plush, and it just feels really nice. Like, y'all, this is a super cute project, and this is the biggest stocking that they had in the pattern. I also went ahead and made the little version of the stocking, which is like super adorable, great for like a baby or something. And I also discovered I made this applique in the hoop placemat as well. So y'all, Ricky really be doing his thing. It's super versatile. So many projects you can do. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you later.